What's up, y'all? Out here at the range, as you can see behind me, on a nice sunny day. It's starting to warm up out here for sure, but we got a nice breeze blowing. We got the good old trusty shade tree going out here, so I think we'll make it through it. As you can see by the title on this one, we're going back to the 9mm again, and this one should be pretty interesting. I've had a lot of people ask me about these rounds. As always, the contraption's out here ready for work. I got the chrono set up, got 2 blocks of gel. Now this gel has only got 1 test done in it so far, and that was a 22 punch test. If y'all hadn't seen that, and if you don't want no spoilers, I'll leave a link up above if you want to check that one out before you watch this one. But as you can see today, we're working on some 9mm SIG ammo. Got 2 different types here. Well, kind of the same type, but a little bit different. We got the SIG 365 carry ammo. These are the 365 V crowns. These are supposedly optimized for shorter barrels. So I don't know. We'll see what the difference is out here. I'm always kind of skeptical about these short barrel rounds, but we'll see what happens. Now that's 115 grain V crown projectiles. And then what we're going to use for our control here is just the regular V crowns, the 115 grain regular SIG V crown hollow points. Again, both of these are 115, and I can't see any difference as far as appearance in them. They both look exactly the same. The projectile looks the same. They're both nickel plated, both got brass colored primers in them. As you can see, I mean, there's just no difference in appearance in these rounds. It's all got to be done with the powder as far as any difference we're going to see. As far as the velocity ratings on the box, this one here is saying 1185. This one's saying 1050. And like I say, this is made for short barrels. So if this don't hit 1050, then, you know, something ain't right. They're fudging on the numbers. But we should be seeing about 100 feet per second difference in between them if there truly is a difference in the composition and performance of this ammo. But obviously the tool we're using is the SIG P365. I mean, this should be the perfect tool to use because, like I say, SIG claims this 365 is optimized for short barrel performance, so it stands to reason that this is the tool they had in mind when they developed this ammo. But I'm definitely curious to see if we actually do see a performance different out of these 2 rounds. I'll try to notice any kind of recoil difference. It's going to be tough to notice recoil difference in a little micro 9 like this anyway, to be honest with you, but I'll try to take note and see if I can feel a difference in it. But enough of all that chit-chatting. Let me get us set up and let's get started. All right, y'all, as always, we're going to start out by getting us some speeds on these things and see what we're working with. I'm going to do a 3-round average on each one of them. I'm going to start out with the SIG 365 carry ammo. So the box, like I say, is saying 1050 feet per second. And this is a short barreled handgun, which is what that's supposed to be formulated for. So we should be seeing 1050 feet per second. So let's check it out and see what we get, y'all. 1025. 1044 and 1045, so not too bad at all. Let's go down there and check that average out. All right, so the 3-round average on the 365 carry ammo was 1038 feet per second. Like I say, the box was claiming 1050, so that's pretty close. That's right there at it, so not too bad at all on that. As far as recoil, that was definitely pretty light. Not much snap to that at all, I have to be honest. I'm very curious to see what the regular is going to feel like, so let me get this reset and let's check out the regular V crowns. All right, let's check out the standard 115 grain V crowns. I've got it kind of fresh in my mind as far as what that recoil felt like, so I'll see if I can tell any difference, y'all. 1159, 1172, and 1138. So definitely a nicer velocity. As far as the recoil, I mean, there may be a tiny bit of difference. It's definitely much louder. The report is much louder from these standard pressure. As far as the recoil, honestly, it really wasn't any snappier. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, it may have felt a little bit heavier, weird enough, even though it's the same grain projectile. But as far as snappy, I mean, there might have been a little bit of a difference, but like I say, it's so tough to tell with these micro 9s, and recoil really doesn't bother me much out of handguns anyway, so a little bit maybe, but let's go check the average on this speed. All right, so the 3-round average on the standard V crowns was 1156 feet per second, so very nice speed out of those. If you remember on the 365 version, it was 1038, so you're talking about 118 feet per second faster out of that standard V crown. round, that's 10% faster. So that's a pretty significant difference right there. It'll be very curious to see what that does in the gel. But let me get all this reset and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's royal jelly time. We're gonna put one round of each down there into the gel. I'm gonna start out with the 365 version of the SIG V-Crown. Honestly, I'm expecting pretty similar performance out of these. I think they're both gonna do really well. So let's see what we get, y'all. All right, look like a good shot down there. Let me go down there and check it out and make sure we're good to go. All right, y'all, great placement, but that was definitely unexpected as far as that penetration. I had to back the camera up some. I was not expecting that kind of penetration out of it. It looks like it didn't expand quite as much as the V-Crowns do most of the time. I suspect it's that little bit of short as velocity, but I really didn't expect that much penetration. But anyway, let's see what the regular version does. I'm gonna try to put this one right up under that first one. All right, got a little bit low, but I think we're pretty good. Let's go down there and check that out. All right, y'all, let's take a look at what we got down here. I'm really surprised there was this much difference, to be honest with you. I was expecting them to be pretty similar, maybe within an inch or two of each other, but there's a drastic difference on penetration and a pretty good difference on expansion also. So what we got here, obviously the top one there was the first one. That was the 365 version. As you can see, absolutely amazing, fantastic wound channel. Very nice spiral action wound channel there. Carries way out here, keeps on going, passes into the second block and stops out here. I mean, that's a good 4 or 5 inches. I'll measure it here in a second, but that's some big penetration out of that 365. Now, like I say, I can visually tell already that there wasn't near as much expansion on this 365. So obviously you're giving up that expansion for the penetration, but in my opinion, penetration trumps expansion. It just does. I think penetration is second most important to shot placement in my personal opinion. Now, the standard 115 V-Crown down here on the bottom came in, again, excellent wound channel on that. The wound channel is not quite as impressive looking on this regular 365, but still very, very nice wound channel. Carries on out here and it's expanded very, very well. Sitting in the gel, looks like it's right at 15, but I'll get some measurements and find out for sure. All right, so the 365 version of the V-Crown is out here at 20 3/4 inches of penetration. 20 3/4 inches of penetration. That is absolutely fantastic, y'all. I mean, that's fantastic. This round performed very nice wound channel. I'll give y'all some different angles here in a second to check that out, but standard V-Crown penetration is 14 3/4. So 14 3/4 on the standard. And like I say, it is expanded definitely much more, but not near the penetration of the 365 version. All right, just to give you a different angle, I know the lighting is kind of weird looking at it from the side, but here they are again. The top one, the 365, the bottom one, the standard V-Crown. I mean, that 365 wound channel is very, very impressive. The standard is no slouch, but that 365 is very impressive, y'all. So as you can see, again, 365 top, standard on the bottom. They carry on out here. There's the standard one. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that if this thing focuses for you, but very nice expansion. I'll pull it here in a second. But the 365 keeps on trucking way on out here. And you can see it is expanded, but obviously not near as much as the regular V-Crown. All right, y'all, let's take a look at these projectiles. So on the left here, the 365, on the right, the standard version. So, I mean, there's no question about it. The standard version has definitely got a lot more expansion on it. You can even see from the side here, a very good way to tell. I mean, you can just see the massive expansion on the standard version, and then the 365, not so much. Now, it definitely expanded still, and like I say, expansion to me is secondary to penetration. So, you know, you make your own judgment call there, but very nice expansion on the standard. I don't think we lost any material, but let's check them out. So, obviously, they both started at 115. The 365 version, 115.8 on the 365. The standard version, 115.4. So 115.4. So neither one of them lost any material in the gel. As far as the expansion size on them, this is the 365 version. You're looking at 476, 461 and 474. So like I say, not bad expansion on that 365, but not a whole lot. Now the standard version, 554, 552, and 555. So a lot more expansion on this standard version V-Crown. But there you have it, y'all. The 365 V-Crown versus the standard, both 115 grains. So pretty big differences in performance out of these. A lot more penetration on the 365 with less expansion, and just the opposite on the standard. Now again, as far as the difference in feeling on running these two rounds, the 365 had definitely way less of a report, much quieter round, and there was a noticeable, just a little bit of a difference in snappiness, but honestly very, very little difference. But like I said, if you're not recoil sensitive much at all, you're going to tell very, very little difference in the actual feel of these rounds. Now again, the report was definitely a big difference, and as far as muzzle flash, I mean that's pretty much impossible to say out here in the daylight. But I was definitely pretty surprised at the difference in performance. I thought these would be a lot closer than what they actually were. All right, y'all, there's another pretty interesting jelly test in the book, the 365 V-Crown versus the standard. Like I said at the beginning of the test, I really didn't expect that much performance difference between these two, but as we saw through the chrono and in the gel, there was a pretty significant difference. Now, if I was gonna make a decision on which one of these to carry, I would personally probably pick that 365 version, believe it or not. You know, like I said at the beginning, again, I'm always skeptical about these little made for short barrel type rounds, but I like the penetration out of that 365. The wound channel was absolutely fantastic, and I think the expansion is more than adequate to get the job done. Now, I know some of y'all prefer the expansion over the penetration, but again, for me, shot placement is number one, penetration is number two. Expansion comes after that. I mean, that's just the way I look at things. But y'all let me know down in the comments, if you were picking between these two rounds, which one would you choose? If you did enjoy the video, as always, make sure you reach down and hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification icon so you can get notified when I upload these new videos. Check out all my affiliate links down below. You know the deal with Amazon. If you shop through there anyway, hit that link up first. It goes straight through Amazon like normal from there, and anything you buy after hitting that link up first, I get a kickback from them towards the channel. As always, a reminder to check those Axle affiliate links. If you're looking for some really good ear pro at some big savings, click those links. It'll save you a lot of money versus going straight through their site. As always, I appreciate all my range game members for hitting that join button and help support the channel, and every single person out there who shows support by watching my videos, by hitting that thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, and leave me some comments down below. Again, let me know which one of these rounds you would choose if you were going to pick just one of them. But I'm going to get us set back up and carry on with the jelly testing out here, so y'all make sure you stay tuned for a lot of good stuff coming your way. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.